Jeff Ross is here.
Hi, guys.
What's going on, man?
All good stuff.
Welcome to the show.
Did you hear traffic?
Thanks.
It's crazy today, right?
It wasn't so bad.
Oh, okay.
It's starting to snow, so it's going to get worse.
Is it snowing outside?
Yeah.
Oh,
How much are we
great.
supposed to get by this weekend?
10 feet.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
No.
I mean, we're not getting snow, are we?
No.
It's
No.
snowing a little now, though?
I got shows. I don't want snow.
I don't either.
That's exciting. How was the Rocks thing? You were
That was
at the Rock the Troops.
I did. I was.
What was the Rock the Troop thing?
The Rock did like a entertainment show, for the troops.
Sure.
But it was in front of like how many? 50,000 people.
45,000 people at Pearl Harbor.
Wow. I've only seen photos of it. Like I saw the Rock in like his Elvis jumpsuit and all that stuff.
Did you go on?
I did.
Oh, wow. How was
I
that?
came out fully dressed as General Patton.
Did they enjoy it?
They did, and I challenged it was crazy. I followed Leonard Skinner. Never in my career did I think I'd follow Leonard Skinner. It was cool.
Well, it's so weird, though. Like, and so how much time did you have to do?
I did whatever I wanted. I wrote a whole bit, and I came out and roast battled The Rock.
You did?
Yeah, it was really fun. I started making fun of him, and he heard it and came out and challenged me to a roast battle. And went
Like
back and
was it
forth.
legit off the
No,
cuff?
we worked it out
Oh,
ahead
okay.
of time. It
How
was
did he
part of our
do?
bid. He was hilarious. He said I look like if sweatpants were a person. It was fun. And, following Leonard Skinner, I go, give it up for all the acts you've seen so far and whatever's left of Leonard Skinner. And they were performing in front of an airplane, which I thought was a little too soon.
That guy, I hope that got a laugh. That's
Yeah, it
fucking
did.
whatever's
It did.
left.
I go,
of-
I'm kidding. Kamikazes are on me at Club Pearl Harbor today. It was great. The whole thing was crazy.
Do you just have to like in your head now? Are you just prepared to work pretty much any venue, audience size imaginable? Because I feel like of all the comics, and maybe it's the roast thing that's taken you there, you have ended up in front of the most, I guess, diverse.
I do feel that I adapt to my environment.
Yeah.
Which doesn't sound like a good thing necessarily as a comedian. You want your audience to come to you a little bit, but I don't know. For some reason, I like doing that, different challenges.
Yeah, and I guess if it's your audience, like especially if you're making fun of people and want to do stuff with people in the crowd and all,
Right.
everything, like you want different people around, right? Like
I
you
do
kind
what
of
I
want to
do,
go
but
in.
different environments.
Yeah.
You did it in a prison. That was such a ballsy special. It was
Thanks.
really funny. The when you went into prison.
Jeff Ross roast criminals.
Yeah, it was awesome. What was the other one you're doing? You're doing another
I
place.
just
too.
had one that came out recently where I roast cops.
I
How
saw
was that?
Oh, dude.
It was tough.
You got to there's this great video.
Oh, yeah, it's really hard.
Was it tougher than the criminals?
100 times tougher.
Why?
Cops are very skeptical.
Okay. Did they laugh?
And they don't like being, I mean,
No.
they get shit on so much in the media that they don't trust.
When I first got there, the only police precinct that would let me in was the Boston cops.
Oh, boy.
No unarmed person's been killed since 1991 by the Boston cops. So they were proud of that. Among other things, they're very diverse. They let me in. All cities didn't. And they were skeptical of me because I'd been to a Black Lives Matter rally in New York, and they Googled me and saw a picture of that. So they immediately thought I was the enemy.
And didn't a thing get sent around to everybody, making sure that everybody knew?
Exactly.
Before
Sam.
you got there?
The union circulated a letter saying that I was a cop hater. And I hung out with
God,
other
the unions
cop
really
haters.
are fucking silly sometimes.
And then I bombed for the first couple days I was there, and I slowly won them over. And I went back a few months later and actually did a benefit with the cops in the audience, and got to actually speed roast actual cops on stage.
So wait a minute, you went
You
you
can
went
watch it
more
on
than once on the
iTunes.
same in front of the same people
Yeah,
It really
over
was.
days?
yeah. And I did ride-alongs where I would just roast the cops in the back seat, which didn't go well either.
No.
They're not having it. Cops,
Well, the
there it is.
environment is so funny because it's like,
Wow.
it's all the cops getting together for like roll call and stuff.
Yeah.
Before they're about to go out and do their job, and like right before they go out, Jeff just has to come and make fun of them for a little bit, and they're just I mean, they are just staring.
Jeff is I honestly one of the ballsier comics I know.
Thank
To
you.
do that, I couldn't do that. That's really ballsy.
I do. It really was a low point. The film, which you can watch on iTunes or whatever, ComedyCentral.com, you can see. But shooting it was traumatic. Like, I really almost quit in the middle. It was
Really?
awful. I couldn't get a police precinct to agree. When I finally got one to agree, they didn't want me there, and the union was giving me a hard time. And I eventually, earned their trust, and I learned a lot about policing. And in the end, I think I felt very, I don't know, I evolved on the matters of cops and all that stuff.
You had a wrong opinion, or
I don't think I had an accurate opinion. I didn't realize how hard it is to be a cop.
It's an awful job. Man.
And then, all the shootings happened in Dallas and Baton Rouge while I was filming. So that's part of the story. And, I mean, there's no amount of money that could get me to put a uniform on right now if I was that guy. I mean, it's scary. Cops are targets.
Yeah.
And
now more than
I have
ever,
a lot
probably.
of affection for cops. Now that I've really seen how hard it is.
Do you show any of the bombing?
This is
This is great.
Bombing?
This is the bombing. Yeah.
This is me bombing really bad.
So they're all going in. They're just in a room. It's like full of desks and stuff, and it's roll call. And they're, by the way, hit pause for a sec. They're not sitting, like there's all kinds of desks in the middle of the room.
I set up chairs for them, like to come have a little like comedy break, and they just wouldn't sit down. They wouldn't smile.
They're lined up against.
They were protesting me.
They're flat against the wall, so they're almost like surrounding the room.
Yeah,
but they're not a part of this.
Yeah, that's not the most comfortable comedy environment I've ever seen.
No.
Right.
I'll make this quick, because I know most of you are double parked. Thank you for letting me come here. This is really cool. I've never performed in front of an entire room full of YouTube celebrities before. This would be so much better if you guys just came into the middle of the room. All right, fine. You guys also have a rich criminal history in this town. You had the Boston Tea Party here. Whitey Bulger was from here. Tom Brady's from here.
That kind of way.
Oh, come on. That one really let the air out of the room, huh? And let's be real. If Whitey Bulger's name had been Blackie Bulger, they would have caught him a lot quicker.
Little chuckle.
Black
cop
guys,
nodding.
yeah.
There's obviously a problem between the cops and the community across the country right now, and that's what I'm here, because that really bothers me. And it really bothers me when some people say that all cops are racist. Of course that's not true. Most of you are just dicks to everybody.
It's fucking hilarious.
Nothing. Zero.
All right, well,
Jeff.
thanks for coming. All right.
And you guys,
Oh, Jeff.
you guys didn't edit that to make that worse than it was. That was that uncomfortable.
I cut it in half. It was actually much worse and much longer, but I just couldn't take it, and I didn't want to put the viewers through my entire...
How long was that actual set? Like when you did that, how long was it? Like 5 minutes?
15 minutes.
Oh God!
No.
Maybe 12 to 15 minutes. There's other stuff where I start walking around, like working the room and trying to like get to know them, and they're not having it.
Do you, when something like that's happening, do you go, okay, this is now what it is? Like I'm fucking tanking. This is now a thing about me tanking where you just have to embrace, like, this is what it's going to be.
I didn't realize that until weeks later when I was editing, and everyone, and my editor and my producer was like, oh, let's try to use that footage. And
That's
I was like,
really funny.
I wouldn't even watch it in the beginning. I was like, no, we're scrapping that. We have to go with what worked. And it wasn't until later that I realized that was an essential part of my journey. That I had to win them over.
Yeah.
And you have to see that, you know what, to be honest with you, the show starts out, it's called Jeff Ross Roast Cops. It starts out at a Black Lives Matter rally in Washington Square Park, and people are actually holding signs that say, which side are you on?
And so, by the way, that's why you were at that rally, right?
To learn.
But you were filming for the show. Like it wasn't like you were
researching.
just there protesting cops. Like
No, it
like
was
they
right
said
outside
it was.
my
Yeah.
door. I was working on this documentary about cops and this roast of cops, and I wanted to learn. I didn't want to be just some other white dude who's trying to pretend they know what's going on when you have no idea. And I got out there and I just followed this rally for a day. And I guess there were pictures in the paper and people mentioned that I was there. So when I got to the Boston cops, they were the same way. Which side are you on? There's no middle area. And you can't be on both sides. And I decided I was going to be on both sides.
Yeah, and for them, if you're on both sides, it means you're on the other side.
Right.
Right.
That's right.
Right.
So, maybe the smartest people on both sides can get together and do some of this.
Figure it out.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Did you shave your eyebrows?
No, they're just blonde.
Oh.
Yeah, he's just light eyebrow.
I couldn't tell from here.
What? It's just Jeff's head.
I know. It would just be an odd choice if you had.
What was my joke at Roast Battle? You look like a skinny me. What did I say to you?
I don't remember, but it was hurtful and I blocked it out.
Were you surprised how well Roast Battle did? I feel like that over like the course of the weekend that it aired, on Comedy Central that like it became this thing. I think a lot of it was because of social media and stuff. That's where I kind of
People say it did really well on Snapchat.
yeah,
For sure.
Really?
Like, it broke
Yeah.
Snapchat records, and
That's
we're coming back right away in January. Every Sunday in January, roast
great.
battle.
that's awesome.
Jim
one I was
Norton's
at-
one of the judges in the New York regionals. He's awesome.
Thank you. There's some really funny acts there. There was nobody who bombed. Like, was one guy who, but he did something. It was very funny. A lot of really funny roasters. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember when that came on, it was like I didn't even know what it was, and I just saw people talking about it. And I guess either the finals were happening or I was a couple episodes behind. But it all happened over the course of the weekend.
Right.
So I just put it on cable on demand.
Right.
And like I think that's what a lot of people did, and it seemed like it really picked up steam like really quickly.
We're doing it where all the regional shows will air every Sunday in January. Then the last 4 days will air in a row live.
That's awesome.
We're taking the old House of Blues across from the Comedy Store on Sunset
Oh,
Boulevard.
you are doing that. You mentioned you wanted to do that. You got it?
We got it. We're going to build an arena inside there
Oh, so cool.
and have all the judges and comics from the Comedy
That's
Store come
so
over
great.
and do it.
That's so great.
Such
Yeah.
a fun show. Such
Yeah.
a fun show.
And it seems like impossible. Like, when I realized it was live, like it seems so difficult for the comics specifically to be able to pull that off live. Because after you win, like you'll have to do 2 or 3 sets in one show, which means you'll have to have researched everybody on the show because you don't know who's winning. It's tournament style.
It's 16 comics.
Yeah.
So, I think most of them know each other because they come from different scenes. We went to 4 cities, and the comics who do roast battle, it's almost like a group. It's like a movement. So they've been roasting each other, a lot of them. Some of these comics have done 20 battles, so they have a feel for how to do it quickly, and there's strategies and counterpunching and stuff like that.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that's it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Jim's been very supportive. He visited us in Montreal when we did it, and he judged the New York regionals, and he has a lot of roast cred. So the comics, the rookie roasters really respect what he said. It was cool.
Thank you.
Well, you guys used to do, I mean, roasting used to be like, you guys were doing it not on television for a while. Like comedy clubs would have roasts all the time. There's like we were talking when Ben Bailey was in about the roast of Patrice and the roast of this guy. There'd be a roast over here, but it's not until recently where like they've been putting them all on TV.
Well, I just go off the cuff.
That's your thing. Just
Yeah.
kind of you don't research.
Oh no, I don't need to.
Do you have any like so
I
like
was gonna roast Jeff right now. I'd be like, look at that hat. It's so flat. If it was any flatter, you'd be like a pancake stack or
Oh,
something.
you got me.
that's actually really good, right,
See?
Jeff?
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, off the cuff.
Yeah. Why didn't The Rock hire you to go
Please,
over?
he knew better. He'd kill him. He knew better.
I think it's weird how like even the debates, the Trump-Clinton debate felt like a roast battle.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I really felt like I could have helped them. Like the strategies were kind of similar.
Yep.
Eye contact and the way you use your pronouns and talk to the person instead of about the person. And
It was that was a
Trump
roast.
kind of nailed that stuff.
That was a roast moment when Hillary is like, I wouldn't put you in charge, and he goes, yeah, because you'd be in jail, and it was like, boom, boom,
Right,
boom. You
yeah.
know?
It's better when they talk to each other.
It's funnier and meaner when they
Yeah.
address each other. He would say you should be in jail, and she would turn and go. Donald says like she wouldn't talk to him. She would talk about him.
She
And I
seemed
think-
fake and yeah.
Well, I think she was just on the defense. She thought she was going to win, so she didn't want to take any big swings. Can't blame her. She could have eviscerated him, I think. It was
Yeah.
exciting to watch.
Is that pressure for you at the Comedy Central roast now? Because those things get so much attention, and you're
I'm
going
afraid to
on.
roast anyone because they could become president.
Yeah, really. You've
Trump
roasted
twice.
a president.
Yeah, I was at Fox, the morning show just now, and they played a clip of me roasting Trump, and I was like, "This is going to get me audited." He's definitely watching this on Fox right now.
Did he take? I can't remember. What was the story? Did he take it okay, or?
I'm alive.
Yeah.
You know what? He doesn't really laugh.
Yeah.
Right.
He just kind of smiles. And I even talked to him during the commercial, and I was like, "Dude, you have to at least laugh a little bit so we have something to cut to." So
Right.
Just people laughing at you. And he kind of got it. Then he loosened up a little bit.
Yeah, but he wasn't because
He
I know.
wasn't laughing a lot.
Yeah, he just sort of winces.
Yeah, he does. He just kind of has he has this weird smirk, and he's like, okay, yep, everybody laughed. Now let's move on to the next thing. Let's move on to the next thing.
Larry King. There's some good people there. Lisa.
Oh yeah, it was a good roast. I've roasted him. I've been on his plane. I've like traveled
How is
with
his
him.
plane?
It's fancy
That's
schmancy.
all I want to hear about is his plane.
Yeah, how'd you end up on his plane?
After I roasted him about 10 years ago for charity at the Friars Club.
I remember that roast. I was at that.
And And he called me afterwards, and he offered me. He made the deal with me, and I don't normally, we don't take our own, negotiations. But it's Donald Trump, and I really enjoyed like talking money with him. So I agreed to this gig, and he flew me and my buddy Bruce Smirnoff down to Mar-a-Lago, and we did a gig.
Oh, it was actually just a show?
Yeah, it was a stand-up show. He took very good care of us. He gave me his Cadillac for the weekend.
Wow.
And he gave me a great big intro. And
Oh, it was for his. Was this for his?
it was for the members of Mar-a-Lago. I had a suit and tie on, the whole thing.
Oh, very nice. Now,
awesome.
what plane was it? Was it his giant one?
It was Air Force One.
That was. So you flew down on his on the massive
The
plane.
big
that he
black
had.
one.
Yeah,
Wow.
under those beautiful, fancy, like, Renoirs, whatever's in there. And it was a very bumpy ride coming home. I remember I was scared. I thought maybe I was going to die in Donald Trump's plane because it was lightning and
How was the food?
delish.
Was it spacious? Like,
Shrimp and lobster.
is there a lot of room on the plane?
A lot of room.
Oh,
very
man.
comfortable.
He knows how to travel.
Was all
He's got a bedroom on there.
yeah.
Like a private
He
bedroom?
did then. I don't know what it looks like now.
Now let me ask you: did you after that? Did you wish it was a farther gig? Right? Too bad you only got to go to Florida on that. It'd be nice if you got to go to L.A.
What do you mean, on that plane?
Yeah.
Well, he lives in Florida. I mean, the Mar-a-Lago.
No, but I would say it'd be funny if it was a longer
Like
flight.
if it was like a 6-hour flight instead of a 2-hour flight.
yeah.
We got enough covered in 2 hours.
Yeah, you
I'd
did.
like a nice long flight.
I was
You
thinking
only
the same
fly
thing as you.
Continental, right?
No, I'll fly any of them now.
You don't fly anymore?
No, United stinks, so I'll fly all of them.
Oh, okay.
Because they're all, so it's not even like they all kind of got better. They're all just terrible.
I've had good success with American.
Yeah.
But then again, you'll talk to someone and they'll say American stinks.
I like your take on like it's a nice plane. I wish it was a longer flight. I've
Yeah,
never
'cause you
quite
fly
heard that
so much.
rationale.
Yeah. I get that. Sometimes I'll be sitting on the train and I got a really good seat and I'm like, I wish I'd taken the local.
Yeah.
Like,
Wow.
I'm pretty comfortable.
I'm always okay with a short flight.
Yeah.
Fancy plane, short flight.
Even on Donald Trump's plane.
Yep.
Because I'd be sitting there like, how many flights am I going to get on this thing? I'd like to spend as much time in here as possible.
Now, did he offer you money or did you have to say how much do you want? Did you...
No, he called me straight up, offered me a good amount of money.
Cool.
I don't remember a big back and forth.
That's
I think I might have asked him to bring my buddy to open because I was worried that I wouldn't do well with that hoity-toity crowd, and I was right. I did fine, but Bruce Smirnoff crushed it.
Did he really?
Oh yeah, it was his crowd.
He did better?
He killed.
Bruce is very... I haven't seen Bruce in... How many years ago is this?
This is 10 years ago.
I haven't
More.
seen Bruce since... Bruce Smirnoff is such a funny guy.
He used to have that joke about West Hollywood. When I first moved here, my neighborhood was artsy-fartsy. Now it's gunsy knivesy.
Yeah, gunsy, knivesy. Gunsy, knivesy.
That's it.
Everyone does a Bruce impression, too.
Bruce Smirnoff, Florida, what's up?
I got to tell you, I talked to Ann Coulter after the roast, but before it aired. And you remember, Adrian, she was like talking about how most of the roasters that were making jokes about her were not funny and that she crushed. Like she let me know that she actually killed. And then I turned the roast on. I was like, I don't know if Ann was accurate in her portrayal of her performance to me.
No, she seems like she thinks she killed.
Well, were people just dicks to her because she's Ann Coulter? People feel like
No.
No,
and I was especially I knew she was friends with you. I've met her at the Comedy Cellar, sitting around there.
Yeah.
I knew she understands comedy.
Sure.
The producers, the writers wrote her a self-aware, hilarious speech
Okay.
that she would have crushed with, and she dismissed the writers. She was rude to them. She didn't do anything, and she put her book up on the podium and insisted on doing stuff that she wrote that was not self-deprecating or endearing in whatsoever. So, and then she stormed off. So I don't really know. How
When
to
did she
read that.
leave?
She was mad after?
I didn't talk to her. She just disappeared before we could even take a group picture after the show.
Wait, she stormed off during the roast or after?
The second it ended,
Okay.
before we could even say thank you or take a picture.
Wow.
So we still had our mics on and she was gone.
Oh, wow, okay.
So I don't know. It was kind of upsetting that she didn't have more fun because as a producer, I want people to have a blast. It's a party.
Did the situation have fun? Remember how bad the situation did?
Good example. Here's a guy who bombed just as bad, maybe worse.
Probably worse.
And still thinks he killed.
He does. To this day, he's like, yep, we all did well.
Yeah, he's like, hey, I was out of my element. I really kept to it and kept my concentration.
I wish I had that blind self-confidence that I could go up there and fail as bad as he did and still kind of walk out like, I did pretty good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I would be a huge star if I had that kind of self-confidence.
You would, right?
Yep.
I don't have that confidence because I don't fail.
There
Oh, you
go.
haven't experienced that yet.
No.
I understand. That's got to be nice for you. And it really makes you relatable too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just you.
Never fail.
It's
No,
just you.
home run after home run.
Do people like? Do you get tired of the roasting thing? Because I would imagine not you, Jim.
didn't say
Because you sucked your teeth like you were about to say something. Because, like, do people test you? Like the way I would imagine it'd be like when a fighter goes to a bar, and he's got to deal with people who think that they're tough guys.
Yeah.
Like when you're just out, do people want to insult
Good
you?
question. You know, for some reason, that doesn't come up as much as you would think.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, you know when I get it? It's not at a bar when people but I'll be in the airport when it's a little more, it's quieter, and people will be like, my brother just got out of jail. Will you make fun of him? He's coming out of the bathroom right now.
Do you do it?
No.
Good.
No, I
Good
usually
for
make
you.
fun of the person who asked me to make fun of the other person, just as a defense.
I would never make fun of either one of them. I just can't do that on the spot. It would drive me nuts.
Oh, it's much. It's more dismissive. It's like it's what I say as I'm walking away,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
as opposed to nice to meet you.
Right. It's not
Can't
something.
help it. I make it fun for me.
Right. It's not like you guys are having fun together. You just say something mean as you leave.
Right.
Good.
It is a license to kill, and it's kind of fun sometimes.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can get away with a lot.
Yeah, you do, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I just roast people on the spot all the time, but it's just me.
You really do that on the spot?
Immediately.
Like, what would you have said to, like, The Rock? You just did the Rock the Troops thing. If The Rock was like, hey, Jim, you want a roast battle? What do you say?
Sure.
All right. Well, all right. So hit me with
You may be the Rock now, but when I'm finished with you, you're going to be a pebble. Pow!
It's actually really great.
Yep.
Yeah, that's really...
Home run.
That's really
Pretty good.
That's really quite
home
spectacular.
run.
That's really quite
Right
spectacular.
off the cuff.
I had a good one. I said, The Rock, you've really done well in your career. So much better than your brother's paper and scissors.
I like that. I like that. He has a good sense of humor, right?
He was great.
Yeah.
He was great. He's doing Baywatch remake.
Well, he also comes from a world, like, when he was wrestling, there was a lot of kind of on-the-spot, goofy, make-fun-of shit
Right.
that was happening. So a live microphone isn't really going to scare him away.
I think it really gave him a good grounding for show business. 'Cause
Yeah.
he's totally humble and cool. And what could be more demeaning than starting out in wrestling in Hawaii? I mean, he really probably had nothing going on.
Yeah.
And to become the biggest star in the world like that. I didn't really care that much about The Rock, but then I met him and worked with him, and I watched one of his movies on the way home, and now I'm like obsessed. I love him.
Everybody does. Everybody gets there with The Rock for some reason. Guys, especially. Like, at some point, every guy just gets to this place where they're like, oh my God, I love The Rock.
Because he seems like a real, like, he's The Rock. Why should I like him? He's good looking. He's everything I'm not.
Right.
Like, he's everything most guys aren't, and he could fuck your girl in front of you.
Definitely.
But then
He's
you find,
welcome
like,
to.
he's a nice guy, or like, hey, man, he really is interesting and funny. It's like, it's hard to not like him once you, like, look a little bit.
Like, I never send happy birthday texts or phone calls. I just don't do it. I don't say happy birthday on Facebook. I just never do. But I tweeted The Rock on his birthday, happy birthday, and he tweeted me back. And it was like enough.
Wow.
You know what I mean? The fact that he tweeted
You didn't
me back.
mind getting a tweet on his birthday? Who are you?
No, you didn't. That's not what he
Oh,
tweeted to me. That's not.
What did he write? Thank you.
I don't remember what he wrote. I mean, I knew.
How do you not remember? It should be saved.
I did save it somewhere. I'm sure I screen grabbed it, but it was because I had just gotten verified, and I figured out that The Rock isn't going to go through all his mentions, but he will look through the verified tab on Twitter. So if verified people are talking to him, you might get a tweet back.
Oh.
That's what made. That was.
Yeah, I got a couple tweets when the show aired this week.
Yeah. So your
good.
Caroline's all weekend.
Tonight, sold out. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Just tickets for some of those shows.
That's awesome.
Mike
Sold out on a
Lawrence,
Wednesday.
Mike
That's pretty
Lawrence,
good.
Roast
Or
Battle
Thursday.
champ and Christy Cello, who are both Roast Battle veterans, are opening.
Oh, really?
Mike Lawrence is fucking
He's
hilarious.
so funny.
Mike's really funny, man.
And then, got a lot of friends and family coming out. Going to be speed roasting volunteers from the audience. So if any of you, apes watching this, listening to this, want to come get roasted, this is your chance.
Better
Yeah.
hope a guy like me doesn't go up, roast you right back.
I'm ready for you, bud.
So like if he swung something at you,
Depending on what he said.
like what if he like made fun of your appearance?
How could he?
Jim Norton?
Yeah.
Please,
I
no
loved
one
you-
would buy it.
I loved you as the fake baby in American Sniper.
That's a good one.
True.
I don't know how you coming back.
Hey, look at that mustache. It's thinner than the alibi of most pedophiles.
That's actually a good one.
It's pretty good, actually.
That's actually quite good.
That's awesome.
Maybe you are ready for this.
Oh, kidding me? I roast battle constantly. It's fun to do. It's fun to do.
To roast battle?
Yeah, or just to shit on each other is fun.
Yeah, I know
It
it
really is enjoyable.
It's fun to
Everyone
watch.
likes it. There's no one that doesn't like it.
Yeah. I wouldn't be any good at it. I would just start being
You know who
mean and
hates
not
it? You know who
funny.
hates it? Octomom.
Why?
I don't know. I would imagine she does not like
Being roasted?
roasting around the kitchen table.
Probably not.
She probably wouldn't enjoy it.
I don't know why I thought of her. I haven't thought about that. Is she still around?
Absolutely.
She still have all those kids?
Yeah, probably. I would hope so. She's probably grown a little cranky after having the equivalent of 8 punches to her pussy.
I just found out something in my headphones.
What? You're gay?
No. Elvira canceled on us.
Why?
She heard I wanted to ask about Tom Jones ripping up her pussy, I guess. I don't know.
Is she in the building or
No. I mean, assuming is she in the building or not, or canceled the tour?
No, I think it's just this show.
What? Elvira canceled this show.
Why?
I don't know. Roland just called me and said that she had canceled.
And he never got an email, he said. I believe Roland. But Roland literally just called. We were going to have Elvira in here with you,
That would have been fun.
right?
Yeah.
But apparently Elvira, do we know what other shows? Is Roland here? Can he talk about it?
Yeah, he's here. Oh, he's right outside. Hang on, I'll get
Oh,
him.
yeah.
Let's find out why.
See if Roland can talk about it. Because I'd love to know why.
This is the second day in a row we've had a guest cancel for no reason.
And it's a little ironic that it was Elvira. Literally, when Jim walked in today, he's like, I don't know why we're talking to Elvira. I guess I said yes.
Wait, now
thought
where
Shelley-
is she?
She's not coming to the building at noon. I just got all my emails.
I think she
merged
saw Roland's
with the town
outfit and
department,
left.
and then I finally got the update.
Oh wait, so she's not.
She's not coming till noon now.
Oh, she's not just canceling us.
No, she had to move all her morning to noon.
Oh, okay.
So just something popped up.
Okay.
I forgot what.
All right, then I won't call her any
Yeah,
names.
daylight.
Yeah. She's a bit elderly, so she's
Yeah.
simply.
Elvira
Yeah.
has a busy morning.
She probably just
Oh, Jeff, please
Jeff!
drop something.
First
God
we lose
damn
Elvira,
it.
then we have a sound like that in the studio. This is
What is
ridiculous.
that?
Oh, my
Drop
God.
phone.
Oh
she's
my
she's an
God.
elderly woman. So.
Can I ask you
Yeah, I'm
something,
sure the
Roland?
guests
Yes.
love when you call them elderly. That's great. Especially
Yeah.
the
She's
sex
elderly.
symbols.
She's an elderly woman.
Yeah, she's old. Fuck
After what happened with Brendan Fraser yesterday,
Yeah.
when you found out that Elvira had canceled on the show, how quickly did you start shitting your pants?
It's just one of those like Christmas is near.
What?
I'm really looking forward to Christmas. Santa will bring me some. Nice
You didn't
things.
think it was good news when you got that email?
No, just they updated my link with the town department, and then everything started hitting my phone at once. I'm like, oh yay!
And then you find out, oh, it's all bad news, all hitting at once.
Yeah, right
Yeah.
here, my little stomach.
Yeah.
Well, not little, I know, big. But in the husky world, it's little.
It is. I suppose so. Yeah.
Did you hear Jeff Rossi? He thought that maybe she had canceled because you scared her off.
Possibility.
It's possible, right?
Anything's possible.
All right.
We're roasting around the room here.
She looked at Roland and said, "Oh, here's somebody who can answer the door at my haunted house."
That's good.
What do you mean we're roasting around the room? Are you
She
still?
walked in here and she's like, "You know what? He has bigger tits than me. I'm out of here."
Yeah. I'll bet you she looked at Roland and she said, I'd rather fuck a dog.
It's like, I'm sorry, Roland. Like Jeff's were like funny and stuff.
Okay.
But
I
I'm,
know.
Sorry. I
I'm
didn't
sorry
mean
that
it.
Jim said that to you. I apologize on his behalf.
Jeff
So-
was
no,
shuffling this one.
I like
Fucking a
roasting.
dog.
I'm gonna roast. I'll roast everyone.
Yeah,
All right.
there's something.
Roland walked in here. She was like, "Oh, Octomom's pregnant again."
What'd she say, Jim?
She'll probably walk in and look at Sam and go, "Hey, going to Pittsburgh? I hope your plane goes down."
Ooh,
I am going to Pittsburgh. What?
It's bad
I'm going
weather
on,
too.
I'm going on Saturday, and it is.
Chances are high.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
I
gonna be
wish-
bumpy.
Why would she have said that? That's just hope for a plane crash.
Why not?
What would she say to sick baby?
Hey, you look like a little kid. I hope they find a lump on your balls.
Doesn't even correlate. You just wanted to get cancer.
And roasting them on fire.
oh.
Do you feel like that? You know, that would be testicular cancer.
Yeah, it doesn't.
They'd have to either remove a ball or you die.
Yeah. Hey, nice glasses. I hope you're the victim of a hate crime.
What
Killing
does that
him.
have to do with his glasses?
Oh, he's a nerd.
Let's go beat up some nerds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if this is technically roasting.
Fucking roasting.
There's a big difference between roasting and bullying.
No, it's not.
You think you're
No, there's not.
There is.
What's the difference?
You volunteer to be roasted.
just right?
Well, yeah.
No one's like, "Please bully me."
What about Travis?
You want the Travis dog to get roasted?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, do you-
Your mom. That's on the roastmaster.
you see, Jeff, Travis's mom walked out on his family when he was 21 years old but you would have not gotten any of that context from Roland's roast joke, which is, haha, Travis, your mom.
Well, who did she? Why? Travis? Just tell Jeff who she.
What?
Just tell Travis the circumstance. Tell Jeff.
Tell Jeff the circumstances behind your mother deciding to abandon you and your
Yeah.
family.
I mean, she did that with a Jewish man.
And she left. She disowned the family.
Yeah.
Never speaking to them again. And is she Jewish now, or we don't know?
No, she is. Yeah, because she stopped talking to us because she converted.
Yeah.
Jews can't talk to you.
Sounds like a great lady.
Yeah.
She's the
Give
best.
credit to our religion.
But I give credit to that guy because what a cock that guy must have.
Do you think so?
Yeah, he fucked her out of her God and family.
Do you think? Do you think Travis's mom needed? Do you think Travis's mom needed stitches the way Elvira did after Tom
Oh my
Jones?
God, he shredded that pussy in a way that, no disrespect, but Mr. Teff just wasn't hitting it that way.
To be fucked this hard.
Oh, yeah. I bet that probably did happen.
Oh, he wrecked it.
Yeah.
She's like, oh God, I haven't felt the walls been, because she had kids. She probably hasn't felt the walls hit
yeah.
so long.
That's why she didn't need the kids yet. All recollection of those children being born were thrown out the window when she
Yeah.
felt the walls being pressed
She's writing
again.
a book, actually. It's an anonymous book called Finally Getting Girth.
That's unkind to
I didn't
Travis
mean
in the memory of his
Yeah,
family.
now you're just insulting my father.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's
No,
true.
you're not.
I bet the radio legend Tim Teff has a thick one.
I bet she does.
I bet he does.
Oh, that's roast Don.
You want Don? Okay, for the record,
Let's roast Don,
you want a joke about Don Wickland to be thrown out there, Roland?
our boss.
Yeah, cause I just, well, not
You
mine.
throw one out.
Oh, because he's not your boss anymore?
Yeah.
Oh, because Roland found out earlier this week that he works for the talent department as of this week. He doesn't work for the channel anymore. So the boss of our channel is not Roland's boss anymore, he says.
Oh.
It's the talent department boss.
That's good.
So what do you think about Don?
I love Don though, but he dresses up like a crazy cowboy.
Oh, you're ruthless.
Is that your roast joke?
Yeah. That's all I got.
Roast and rolling.
Yeah. You sure you don't want Roland to open for you at Caroline's?
I think he just did.
Yeah, I think this is good. Do you have anything about Adrian, Jim? Like, 'cause you're just kind of roasting around the room, like you said.
Yeah, Adrian.
Yeah.
Hey, where's your family from?
New Jersey,
No, but the rest of them, I mean.
Cuba.
I hope they drown.
What?
Well, I'm roasting.
Roland loves you as a roaster. Roland has never laughed as hard at your jokes in your
killing.
your career.
Killing,
Yeah, this is you at your prime.
Yeah.
You have any other Roland
Roland,
jokes?
who's your favorite comedian?
I love
For real.
I'm going to guess Ricky.
I do love Ricky.
Ricky Gervais.
Yes.
You have any other favorites?
I love Seinfeld. I watch him. Jim Jeffries. I love.
Oh,
Jim's
Jim
very funny.
Jeffries.
I sent Jim such a weird guy. I sent him a text because I wanted to ask him about a bit. Like, you have a bit like this? And he just writes back, not me. I could talk to you. Jim.
Yeah. I mean, Zach Galifianakis. I like his TV show. It's amazing. And
Which TV show?
Between Two Ferns and Baskets.
Baskets is good. Yeah.
Oh, God, my stomach.
What's wrong with your stomach? Jim, why don't you roast yourself?
That'd be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roast your stomach.
But I'll roast myself. Hey, you fuck. Hey, dummy. Cock so big, I'm surprised there's any blood left for your brain.
That seems unfair. I don't know if that's. You wished everybody else death.
Killing.
You wished everybody else death.
I'm killing myself. Look at I'm fucking murdering myself.
Oh, I see. I
Yeah.
see. Because the blood.
Nice big dick, stupid. What are you, a person or a tripod? It's killing me.
Just nailing it.
Do,
Yes.
do a joke about if you fucked Elvira. I think Tom Jones is big.
Oh, yeah, thanks, Jeff. Man, Elvira's lucky I didn't fuck her, because I'd grab her tits till her old lady wig fell off.
Nothing to do with Tom Jones. That
She's
doesn't-
coming right up here
Oh,
for her
okay.
interview.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tom Jones.
Yeah, he's just talking. I think
Yeah.
Jeff was thinking you'd more go in the range of your penis being
I think
large.
Tom Jones teabagged her.
Yeah.
What makes
He
you
is
think?
British.
His songs.
Does he sing about teabagging Elvira?
Yes.
It's good to know.
He sings
Roland.
Delilah.
Yeah.
No.
Teabag Elvira.
But when he sings, he kind of like that goes down. He goes,
Yeah.
So,
You a big Tom Jones
I
fan?
love Tom Jones. I saw him twice.
You do? Okay. That's really good.
Are you dating anyone?
No.
Me neither.
How's that
Are
going?
you like hitting on him?
No,
Like, is this how you pick up dudes
I
at
just
the
didn't know
bar?
if Jeff was single.
Single
No.
women come out to Caroline's this weekend.
Are you looking or no? You like being single?
Always looking.
You are. You like being in a relationship more?
I'd
or-
rather be in a relationship.
Why?
Really?
I don't know. I'm
Just like the comfort of it, or
yeah. I've been single a while now. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Ready to meet somebody.
Okay.
That's why I was hoping Elvira would be here.
How do you usually meet women? Like, do the dating apps and stuff? I've tried a
I've
couple. of
tried
them.
all that, and I've tried just dating whoever shows up in wherever I am. But now I'm trying to be more adventurous and reach for things and find people I like and want to meet. And
See,
Okay.
I think that's better.
Where do you?
in the
How do
long
you
run.
find them?
Through friends. I actually called a friend who's a lawyer in L.A. last night. I was like, I want to meet a lawyer. I want to meet somebody really smart. So if you know anybody, keep me in mind.
I feel like as many places as you go to, as many friends as you know, you could be dating celebrities. Have you dated celebrities?
I have.
Oh, how long
The longest, a couple months.
did it go well?
It was fun.
Who has to
ended
be
it?
fun?
She ended it.
Why?
I don't know. We just didn't.
She found out Jim was a better roaster
Click.
with these
you
with
just
these
didn't
death
click?
wish jokes.
She was younger than me, and it was a little, It was a fun fling like a year ago. I don't want to.
Did her father, Billy Ray Cyrus, not like it?
Billy Ray was really mad.
I never dated a celebrity.
Don't
No.
try to look it up. You're not going to figure it out.
Oh, I love that.
I've never dated one.
Oh, I saw Roland like it.
Roland, like, who?
No, Roland would never take the initiative to look it up.
No,
If you
no.
said her name, he would even Google it.
Roland is still just singing Tom Jones songs to himself. He's
Yeah.
he's out on he's doing his own show. in
He's
his
standing
head.
like Tom's giant Welsh cock, ripping his anus.
But it's got to be difficult to have your schedule and have a relationship, right?
Yeah.
It's challenging, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think if I met somebody, my schedule would adapt.
Oh, really?
I
You,
think
you
'cause I'm
adapt.
single, I have no one to answer to. I just keep going.
Yeah.
Do you bring them with you on the road? Like, do you want a girl who's working full time or a girl who has some flexibility you can
I
bring?
would prefer somebody who's more of a partner than a sidekick.
What do you mean?
Somebody who has their own thing going on,
Right.
who's not just free to like take on my life. I'd love to go to my girlfriend's Christmas party or her job. I'd love to have somebody who's got like a career.
Yeah.
Be fun.
Like a career though, not necessarily. Yeah. Just
Somebody
like
who's a lawyer, a politician, or
Yeah.
a doctor. Be awesome.
Yeah.
I'll never get a girl like that.
Why do you think
I
not?
just don't. I'm not, a lawyer maybe.
You're too Googleable.
Yeah, big and embarrassed. It had to be a girl with damage.
Yeah, because they got to introduce you to their friends.
I think anybody who dates a comedian is probably a little damaged, but
Maybe.
this movie, the comedian that I co-wrote, is about a younger woman who falls for an older comedian, Leslie Mann and Robert
right.
De Niro. So that dynamic
Did you write
is,
that? Did you co-write that?
I did.
I didn't know
Jeff was
that.
involved with that years ago. I remember Jeff talking to me, but that's probably 5 years now.
You read it
I
7
did.
years ago.
That's right.
Yeah.
What, 7 years ago?
Wow. So you were working on that for that? Like that's how long ago you were working on it?
I worked on it. Yeah.
So what's it like to see it come to fruition? Because the trailer's like out.
Yeah,
it's
looks
really
good.
getting made. Is that like, is it surreal at all to realize that?
I watched it with a big smile, like I couldn't believe. It
It
was
actually-
like watching a home movie, but also it's changed a little bit, and
Mm-hmm.
to see it come to life is kind of mind blowing. Plus, it's all my real life like favorite places. I wrote into it, the Friars Club and the Comedy Cellar and stuff like that.
And they kept all that in?
yeah,
That's awesome. That's awesome. So do you have to, as the writer of it, do you have to kind of write it and then give it up?
yeah,
And like kind of, I'm hands off and I'm
yeah.
just
The
going to see.
director takes it over, and
Is that tough?
it's a little tough. Yeah, to watch your baby get raised by somebody else.
Yeah, because
I worked along really hard on it. It was very personal.
how long did you actually spend writing it?
8 months.
Wow. Wow. And then it's like, okay, we sold it. That's the goal. And
Yeah,
now
at
it's
the time
now
it
it's
was more-
gone.
it was closer to my own kind of hopes and fears in life. Now I've sort of distanced from it, so I can kind of watch it with a different appreciation. And Taylor Hackford's the director. He was really amazing. And
Yeah.
really, I thought did a great job with it.
Yeah, he directed Ray, he directed Officer and a Gentleman, Devil's Advocate. Like,
Wow.
he's fucking great.
I guess I didn't even know that all those movies were directed by the same dude.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, he's married to Helen Mirren.
Really?
Yeah, he's a very interesting guy.
Wow.
He has
That's not a-
stories about everything.
That's really not a bad director to realize your script has been paired up
He
with.
did. He gave me and he introduced me at the AFI Film Festival. Made me really happy.
That's great.
Yeah, it was cool.
So you actually can, like, you have to give it up, but like the guy who you gave it to is still giving you your props and everything
I was
for
blown
it.
away. I got invited to the premiere at the Egyptian Theater, and I'm just sort of, you know, there in the audience, Danny DeVito and De Niro, and I'm like, oh, it's nice they invited the writers, you know, and here I am, and suddenly 2 minutes into the presentation, they asked me to take a bow with the other person that I wrote it with, and we hadn't seen each other in a long time. It was just a nice moment.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, so often you hear stories about writers who kind of just like, you know, spend all the time writing it, and then it really is just like, okay, that's in somebody else's hands. You're forgotten about. You're yesterday's news. So it's the fact that they would give you that moment is
it was very
pretty
gratifying.
cool.
And also the movie's pretty good, and it's about us. It's about comedians and honors the art of stand-up comedy in a cool way, I think.
You know, it's one of those things too, like creativity.
Comes out in January.
It is in January here. Creativity is such a weird thing, like because when you have two people with different creative ideas, it's like politics. Both people really are convinced they're right.
Right.
Like, and it's so hard to see the other person's. There's a real art to being able to let something go. Because it's very hard to not be so married to an idea creatively that you become unreasonable. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm not a great collaborator because I get very married to things.
Yeah.
So I
imagine
it's hard to let go.
It's tough for somebody who's been a stand-up as long as you have been. And I mean, same thing for you, Jeff, that like being a stand-up is that place where you have sort of, it's all you, right? So when you move into other places where you have to share what you think is funny or what you think is entertaining or stuff like that, it has to be difficult because you're used to having autonomy.
You are, yeah, and when you have to let something go and give it up, it's like, okay, that's all you can do is just hand it over and see what people do.
You're normally a great collaborator, you know, because you work in writers' rooms in television. You learn to sort of do that,
Right.
and appreciate other people and their ideas. But yeah, Jim's right. It's tough to let it go.
What I admire
especially
about-
if you write something personal.
Yeah.
If you're sitting around the writers' room in a sitcom and it's animated, you know, you're not
Just kind of throwing out
proprietary
jokes.
to the ideas. But with like the Comedian movie, I mean, a lot of stuff in that movie happened to me. So I watch it, and sometimes it's hard to let it go.
Well,
Yeah.
Jeff, this is like it's really hard for me. Like even if I'm writing roast stuff and you have somebody helping you write, I'm very bad at sitting in a room and going da 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 da. No, I can't do it. I get ashamed and humiliated. I can't do it. I cannot bounce my jokes off people, and I admire guys who can because it's
Is
part
that
of the
rejection?
business.
Your rejection
Don't
fear?
know. I just hate it. I'm like, just email it to me or write it down, and I'll look at it, and I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can better edit quietly just reading it. I don't like to edit verbally like that.
Right.
Hate it. It
I
makes me so
understand that.
uncomfortable.
I can see
But you
that.
can do it. And I've seen Jeff do it, and he'll just throw out joke ideas, and some are funny, and sometimes it's not, and he's okay either way. It's like that's part of the job.
You just keep swinging. If you're in a brainstorming session, sometimes a bad idea will spark a good idea, or you'll realize why it's a bad idea, and you'll go the other way. And you know, if you're confident in your comedy, I learned that from working writing for Billy Crystal on the Oscars and Chris Rock and Jamie Foxx and people like that on award shows. That you just got to keep swinging and not be too sensitive about your stuff.
Well, you're not like the weird thing is like when in those moments back and forth, you're not worried that if someone says, "Nah, that's a terrible joke," it's a rejection of you as a performer since day one.
Right.
Like I take it as a rejection of like, Jim,
Everything.
no, the jury's in. You've been a fraud since 1990.
Right.
It's so unreasonable and stupid.
This joke is your entire career.
Yeah,
It's
But you got to
everything
know.
you have.
You got to know at a certain point that it's not. That
Sure,
it's
yeah,
just
of course.
a joke in that moment, and you're just trying to make them laugh or whatever. I remember my first sitcom job was writing for the Drew Carey Show, and I remember there was all these I was working as a consultant 1 day a week, and all these writers were there full time. And they all went home to their families and their beautiful houses. They were making a good living, and I was going back to a Best Western. So I just wanted to stay all night, and they just wanted to get home. And I was constantly trying to make them laugh. When in fact, they didn't want it. They wanted to make America laugh. You know,
Right.
Drew Carey was the #1 sitcom. So they had no patience for my then that's when I learned, oh, you know what? Enough trying to be the class clown. Let's just get the work done and find an act break for this scene.
Yeah.
And once you roll up your sleeves and realize it's a job and it's work, you can get pretty good at it.
Well, listen, you got a busy January. You got the Comedian that's going to be out, that people are going to be able to see this thing that you worked on a long time ago. You've got second season of Roast Battle.
Yep.
which is premiering on January 26th.
Yep.
And he's a good sport about the roasting thing. Like, a lot of people would be like, well, this is what I do on TV, but my stand-up's different and blah, blah, blah. It's like, no. Like, you get that people want to get roasted by the guy who's on
Yeah.
all the roasts, so you do it.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I like. It started even like as the audiences became more comedically savvy, and a lot of the morning radio and just stand up. And over the years, I think people start to understand stand up better. I go, well, let me make my show interactive. I like bringing people up. People are starting to heckle and videotape every comic, so I'm like, fuck that. Just all right, come up here.
Right.
I'm
right.
sick of getting yelled at from the darkness. You know what I mean? You got balls. Raise your hand. You want to come up here? You're now you're part of the show on my terms.
I love it. And of course, Norton's going to be at the Tarrytown Music Hall.
Tarrytown Music
cool.
Hall on New
New
Year's
Year's
Eve. And yeah, I'll be very happy to be done with the tour.
Yeah, it's going to be good. And thanks, Jeff.
So fun,
Thank you,
Sam.
man. Good
Congrats
seeing
on your
you.
cool new show, fellas.
Thanks,
Thank you.
man.
It's been very fun.